The bookmarks are really a powerful feature. So this can be applied in a variety of reporting scenarios. But as with every powerful thing, it requires full control over it in order to work in a proper way. So that's why it's extremely important to understand the various options that comes with the bookmarks. So we will take a look at how we can create a bookmark in Power BI, and then we will see how we can create a bookmark group and how we can create map the bookmark with an image. Okay, so bookmark is in simple term taking a snapshot of your current state in your report. For example, let's say you are reading a book, suddenly you are getting a call from your friend, you are talking to him, or somebody is knocking at the door, right? So you just go and open the door, and before you leave that place, you keep a stick or a pen in the book so that once you come back, you can refer back the book from the place where you left off, right? Before you left the place. The same thing, right? So even in the case of browser, when we see any interesting articles, we create bookmark. Right? So in the browser, we have an option to create a bookmark so that later point we want to reference back the same article or thing, right? It will be pretty handy for you, right? So by creating a bookmark. The same way in Power BI also we can create a bookmark. So we'll take a look at what is a bookmark and what are the advantages of bookmarks, and how we can use bookmarks as a slideshow. So with slideshow, you can show, or you can, at the time of presenting the business performance with your stakeholders, this is very much helpful, the slideshow. We can go over the one report after another report by walking them through the insights of each and every report using slideshow, and we can associate a bookmark with images and shapes, and how we can create a bookmark group, that also take a look at. And also how, is it possible to create a spotlight with bookmark? It is possible. And even you can include a slicer, the bookmark can capture slicer and all the other visuals. Okay. And like I said, right, so it enables us to capture the current state of a report page, including filters and slicers and a drill location, starting with visuals, visibility of the report element, focus or spotlight mode. Everything is possible with this one. The advantage of the bookmark is obviously to keep track of your own progress in creating reports, build a PowerPoint like presentation, and also if you want to apply in a whole range of different reporting scenarios, this is very much helpful. The bookmarks. Next, we will take a look at how to create a bookmark. Look here in the menu, right? So you have something called in the view ribbon. Under the view ribbon, you will find the bookmarks, and along with that, you can see the selection pane. When you work with bookmarks, you will be using selection pane also. Now I will directly jump into Power BI desktop, and then I'll show you how to create a bookmark. So before we head to the Power BI desktop, okay, so what I will do is, okay, well, what kind of task that we are going to do, right? So when we create a bookmark, right? So how we start with bookmark. Look here, this is the report, and if you see here, sales by region, you can see this visual, the tree map, and also you can see other visuals. Here you can see the donut chart. All these charts are showing the performance, right? Sales category wise, what is the sales, everything is there in this report page. And you have a card visual here. So this card visual shows the single number. So how much sales we made in total, what is the profit we made in total, what is the quantity. It gives me some kind of overview about my all countries sales performance. So I'm going to create a slicer. Look here, I just click on this slicer here. And in this slicer, what I'm going to do is I just go to this place and dim date and year. Okay, I just drag and drop a year. Okay, and for the sake of this illustration, I just click on list because only we have 4 years sales data is there. And I'm going to copy paste the same slicer. Okay, otherwise, what I do is I simply click on another, one more time, I'm going to click on the slicer visual here. Where is the slicer here? Okay, this is the one. I just click on it. So one more time, and here, what I do is I just simply go and copy paste the country here, drag and drop the country here in this slicer. All right, so we are done with the country slicer, and we have year, and we can do one thing, one more slicer. And here I'm going to select the region, and I just copy paste it here. All right, so now the region also I just dragged and dropped it here. Cool. The next one is, for example, here I did not select any item here in this visuals, right? The slices, I did not make any selection, which means my current report page shows all the 4 years, all the countries, all the regions sales here. Okay, so this is the overall sales all put together. Okay. Okay, now what I do is I just go and click on, look here, currently I'm on the view ribbon. I just move this down here. Okay, here what I do is I just currently I'm in the view pane. So the view ribbon. Just give me a second. Let me move this aside. Okay, here what I do is I just click on bookmarks. Okay, and so when I clicked on bookmarks, you can see that a pane got created for a bookmark. And I just click on the selection pane also, let it be there. Okay, and now what I do is, okay, this is not recorded at this moment. Okay, currently what I'm going to take a snapshot of this state. Okay, in this state, it shows the overall sales, all the countries put together, all the regions put together, all the year put together. What is the total sales, right? If you take, for example, in the case of the technology slice here, it shows 45 lakhs, 11,641 US dollar. So this one, this sales value, is applicable for all the countries and all the 4 years and all the regions put together. What is the total? So this is give me an overview about the total sales. Okay. So now what I do is I just click on the add button here and just say this is the mm, overall performance. Done. I'm done with this. Okay. So next, what I do is, for example, my management is interested in seeing the last 2 years sales. I just select only the last 2 years sales, and they want to see the EMEA region sales. Okay, what is the sales in EMEA? Or let me do. I just go and select the North and North Asia. And we have any other North is there here. This is kind of North East Asia. Okay. So test is nothing but North. Okay. So that is the one. I just selected all the North related sales performance for all the country and year 2000 and 2014. What is the sales? Okay. And here I just take a snapshot of this date. Now my report got changed, including all these card visual also. I'm going to take a snapshot of this one. It's just something like you take a photo, right? So at this moment, I just say North region sales. Okay, in last 2 years, North region sales. Good. And I just go ahead and clear all the selections, whatever I made it. And next one is I just select 2012, 13, or let's say, they are very particular about the recent 2 years. They don't want to see the older report. And now they want to see the what is sales in South and Southeast Asia. And what else we have in South, North Asia, no, Southeast Asia. Okay, these two South, right? This is South region sales. They want to see the South region sales in all the countries in 2013 and 14. What is the sales? I just go and select South. region sales last 2 years. Good. So this one shows the South region sales. Okay. For example, if I click on the overall performance, look here, this one gets changed now. When I click on the last 2 years North region sales, so North Asia North. And when I click on this one South region sales, it shows only the South related sales. Okay. Now what I do is I just unselect all these things, and I just go ahead and unselect what are the selections that I made it so far. And okay, now they are very particular about United States sales. And here in this thing, right? So you have something about United States. This is United States, and the last 2 years, what are the sales in United States? They wanted to see. And in the United States, they are very particular about the West. I lived in West USA. I like the Western USA a lot, California. Okay. And yes, so what are the sales in the West region in the United States? USA sales, USA West sales, West region sales. Okay, I just put it like this. Done. So this one shows the USA West sales for the last 2 years. Very good. And finally, what I do is I just go ahead and click on this one and select all the selections, whatever I made it in all these three slices. Now it shows me the overall thing again. Let it be there. So the finally what I do is I just want to click on this visual to give the focus view. Okay, focus view. Not that one. I just click on these three dots. Here it shows you the spotlight. So I want to hide all these things except this one. Okay. So in this case, I just want to, I just want to enable the report users when they come to this bookmark. They should be able to see only this visual which got, highlighted with the spotlight thing. And what I do is I just go here and data labels on. I just display the data labels also on here. And then what I do is see currently it is in spotlight mode. One second, I just go back and click on the spotlight. Rest of the visuals got dim. Only this one is visible, right? So that the focus will be given here. They can focus only on this visual. So what I do is I just say this one is spotlight. So with this, you can understand even slicers, filters, even the spotlight. Also, even for this, also you can create the bookmark. Look here, if I go back here and if I click on the spotlight here, it shows them the spotlight. But it's very interesting feature, right? So the next one is the north, south, and okay, and west sales and north. Okay. So now what I do is I just go back to the overall sales performance, and what I do is we have north, south, and west is there. So now what I do is I just select North America. So North United States. Okay, so there is nothing is there. It seems once in the United States, I just go and select it here. I just select United States, and I can see the north is not there. Okay, what I do is I just select the south sales. United States already the south and north we have selected it, and west also we selected it. Okay, I just unselect this one. North region sales, south region sales. Okay, okay. United States, the south sales I did not select, right? So what I do is United States, I'm going to select it. And next one is the south sales. United States south sales, and this is the one it shows the USA All right, so this is the one it shows here. South sales, right? The West sales and South, the USA West sales and South sales. So now already we have created the North sales and South sales for the overall thing, right? All the the last 2 years, the South region is all the South region, and I'm going to create a group now. Now let us explore how we can create a group. So far, you understood how to create the bookmark, right? So fine, we are done with that one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine all the South in a single thing. Okay, you just select this South and let me do it. I just click on this one and I just click on this one. And if you click on this one, you will find the three dots that is called ellipses. You can do group. Okay, group one. I have only these all the South related. So you can do grouping also. All the South related, you can put it under South group. And North, you can put it under similarly, right? So if you have North, we don't have the North here, unfortunately. 1 second, let me just select. We need to stay here. And in United States, we have, we have West sales, right? So West sales, United States West sales is there, and here, but North sales, we don't have North sales. That's the thing I did. And, probably you can give it a try. Okay, so what you do is instead of that, you can create a East sales, and similarly, all the East sales you can select it. Okay, so with this one example, hope you understood what is a group, how to create a group. And in this case, I group all the South, right? So last year's 2 years, all the countries put together. The recent 2 years were the sales in South, and in last 2 years, in USA South alone, how much sales is it? Right? South, we grouped everything in a separate thing. Group we created it. Very good. And the next one is okay. Now we will see when I click on this, it shows this one, right? I just go to the selection pane. And here I have used this one, right? So, okay. For example, I don't want to display the slicer here, or I don't display the cards here, okay? When the user click on the last year's South, these three cards should not be visible, right? So for example, I just the eye kind of icon, right, in the selection pane, I just unselected it so that the look here now currently it is not visible, it is hidden, right? So now what I do is I just go ahead and last 2 years South sales, I'm going to update this one. Got it? You need to update that one. So this is the current snapshot for the last 2 years sales. Okay, now I just click on the overall performance. It shows correctly last 2 years. And last 2 years, when I click on this, these three card wishes should not be visible. Look here, it has gone. Very good, right? You can hide for a specific bookmark, you can hide certain objects using the selection pane. Got it? Now you understood what is selection pane, why we need to use selection pane, and what is bookmarks, right? So sometimes what will happen is you just want to select the country and the year. You don't want the region slicer to be visible. In that case, select the this one, and for example, I just go ahead and but here it is required because it's South sales, right? So let this slicer be visible. In some cases, if you think this slicer is not required, you just go and select this slide. Look here, the moment when you select this slicer, the corresponding slicer in the selection pane will get highlighted. You click on this, hide this visual, it will not be visible. Okay, and then what you do is, see here, I don't want to see the region level. If I want to see only the country level last 2 years sales, in that case, you can do it that way, right? So in that case, you can hide this visual. You got it? Are you able to understand or not? This is how we can hide this one by selecting this one. For example, if I select this slicer, look here, this is the corresponding slicer in this selection pane. If you want to hide this one, you can hide it. Okay, so you can do it that way. Or if you don't want the year slice to be selected, right? So displayed here and it should not be selected, right? So what you do is you can unselect it and then you just select overall United States, last 4 years United States, right? So you can see that one and you can hide this one and clear it. Certain visuals you can hide it with the help of the selection pane. And for example, already I created this bookmark. And in this bookmark, I don't want the card visual to be visible. I selected those card visuals. Look here, and then I just unselected the this thing eye icon. So since I clicked on the eye icon, you can see the strike mark here, which means these three visuals will not be visible in this bookmark. But once you select this one, make sure that you are going to update it here. Okay, so that whatever the snapshot you already took it for this one, right? In that, these three changes, whatever you made it recently, that one will also get reflected. Got it? It is very simple. But now I just go ahead and close that selection pane so that the report page will be a little bit bigger. And now you might be asking this, and okay, what else? We have done all the things. The next one is you want to present this report to your top management, and they want to do you want to present it to them. They want to see all the bookmarks, all the reports. And when I click on the view, what will happen is it will enable the look here. So this is the one, right? So you can see at the bottom, you can see it. So you can see the kind of a slideshow. When I click on this one, the first one, it will go from till then, starting from here to here. If you want to show them, okay. The second one is last year's South region, USA South sales, and USA West sales, and finally spotlight. Look here, you can just by clicking on this left and right scroll bar, you can move back forward. When you can move backward, and you can move forward by clicking on the right this thing, okay, scroller, so that you can walk them through each and every the bookmark whatever you create. So the other advantage of this one is in a single page you can display different types or variety of reports, right? So that is the advantage of this one. Now if you want, let's say if you think, right, you don't want to be in the slideshow mode, so you just click on this one and it will get disappeared. Okay, now it has gone. Okay, so got it. This is the one. And next, what we will do is we will now we understood what is a bookmark, how to create a bookmark, and the advantages of a bookmark, and also what is a group, how to create a group in bookmark, and what are the variety of situations or scenarios you can create bookmark, and how to enable the slideshow view. That is also you have understood. And next, we will take a look at an image. For example, I just go to the insert and I just click on some button or image here. For example, here I have this. Let me see if I already downloaded this one. Some image. What are the images? Look here, I have something called menu.jpg. I just click on it. This thing is there here. This image is there. Okay, what I do is I just go ahead and say something like so I just click on this image. This is the image I uploaded it from my laptop, and you just click on see when you select this image on the right side you will find something called format pane. One second, let me just select it. In the format pane you will find something like action, and click on okay, and here you can say bookmark. Once you select the bookmark, it will ask which page you want to associate with it. For example, I just want to see the USA West sales. When the user click on this image, it should show USA South sales. Okay, and that is how we can do it. Okay, so I'll just show you one more application of the images. Don't worry. See, now we are going to take a look at how we can create associate a bookmark with image. Right, so now let me just click on this. So look here, when you keep the cursor on top of this, and it tells you control, hold the control key, and then you click on it. So when I click on it, it should show the South sales, right? Look here, USA South sales, automatically it shows. Beautiful, isn't it? So this is how you can create awesome, compelling visuals, and you can make sure that your report is meeting different scenarios, right? Different requirements in a single thing. The next one is we have something called Z order. In the interview, they'll ask you. So we have something called Z order. See the Abhijit, when he attended the interview, one of the interview, they asked him what is Z order. So this is the one. I'll just explain what is Z order. Okay, for example, I have created three visuals, and now what I do is I just go to the bookmark here. And currently I'm here. Okay, so okay, I just go to overall performance. And what I do is I don't have to do any selection here. Fine, good. And next one is we will look at the Z order. Z order is something like, I don't know how many of you are aware of the PowerPoint, and PowerPoint, I guess most of you used it. For example, we are putting a box kind of image, insert a shape, box will be there. And then you click on the text, right? You type something on the text and you want to place the text on top of the rectangle or a square image. When you place it, what will happen? The image will go at the back side, right? The image will get displayed at the back of the square image. It will not be visible. So what we do is, in order to make that text to appear on top of the square or rectangle image, you just right click on the text and then you select send forward, move backward. That is called your Z order. Okay. As per the design strategy, what we do is, while organizing all these things, right, we will make sure that the which one should appear on top of which one. For example, I just go to the, currently we are in insect. I click on shapes. I just click on the rounded rectangle. See, the rounded rectangle is appearing here. What I do is I'm going to create a slicer panel to make it very nice. Okay, I just did this now. And what I'm going to do is I just select all these three slicers together. Okay, and using, by holding the control key, you should be able to select more than one slicer. And what I'm going to do is I just go to the selection pane. Where it is, the selection pane? Yeah, it is there here already. So what I do is I keep all these slicer on top of the this one, right? So what is this one? This name is shape. Okay, this is your shape, and I'm going to keep all these three slices. Here mistakenly I have selected this one. So what I do is I just simply select only these three slices, and I just want to, I don't want to make any selection. I want to keep all these three slices should get displayed on top of this shape. Okay, so that it will look very nice. So what I do is, look here, this three slicer. I'm going to make it on top of the shape. Okay, look here, the slicer and slicer and slicer. Now, if I move this somewhere here, and when I move this one on top of this one, look here, this one gets moved on top of. This is called a Z order. Since I have changed the layer order, all these three slicers should get displayed on top of the shape. So, right, so I change the order now. First, slicer, three slices, and then the shape. So I'm able to embed these three slicer on top of this one. And now what I do is I just go ahead and select all these things, including the slicer, everything, right? And I'm going to, 1 second, I'm going to select everything in 1 second. You just simply select all these things and right click on it and then do group by group. So what happened? Now all these three slices are displaying on top this shape, rounded rectangle, and also we grouped it. If I move this one, the slicer and this one, right? It's all becoming part of this one. So you can change the order of it, say the color of it. Okay, I'm going to select it one more time, right click on it, and I'm going to ungroup it now. And this one, I'm going to select only this shape, and I'm going to, on the right side, you can see the shape got selected, and then the style or the fill, right? So you can, in the fill, you can go and select something else, right? So now it looks a little bit different. So the slices are visible now. Good. And then now what I do is I just go and select all these things. And I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to, sorry, I want to group all these things. Okay, let me do one thing. I just select all these things, right click on it, and then we have group and group. So very good, super, right? So we are done with this one. For example, if I move this one, along with those three slices, my image is getting moved, right? It's not. So it will be a little bit slow. Okay, and Okay, something here. Let me just select this one. Let me ungroup it. Okay, let us do one thing here. Just move this on this side, and I just select these three slices again. Yeah, it is displaying on top of this. Only thing is we need to move this and keep it on top of this one. That's it. Here I'm going to unselect all these things. I'm going to unselect this one also. Here I'm going to unselect this one. We are done with this. So now what I do is I just go ahead and select all these things, put together, and then I just yeah, before that what I do is I'm going to use a button here. Look here, left arrow. Okay, I just use a something like a left arrow button. So this is the left arrow here. You can see it here. I just keep this on top. Okay, including this, I'm going to combine all those objects, and then I just do a grouping. Okay, and right click on it and then do group here. So I'm done with grouping now. Look here, if you move this little bit here and there, right? Still, everything is appearing. If you click it outside, right, you can see everything is appearing on the same thing. It is not moving separately, right? So all these things, objects have been made as a single object. So now we are done with this. Now you just click on this button, and on the right side, let me do one thing. I just select this. When you click on this button, you can see the right side action. You need to enable the action, and what you do is you can say bookmark, and here also we can assign some value to that one, right? So which bookmark? For example, what I do is I just select all these things here. Okay, and one second. I just select all these things now, or simply you select this one. Okay, simply select this one, and here in the group two. Okay, what? Okay, I'm going to create a new thing. Now here it says show slicer panel. So with this slicer panel, you can see it. And next one is what I do is I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to say group two, right? So this is the group two, because in this group two you have the image and the Q and A is there, right? So Q and A, I don't know why the hell Q and A came here. Sorry, okay. Next one is okay. So here you have the group two. Let me expand. Yeah, the group. Sorry, it is correct one. See, in the group two you have the button and three slices, right? Three slices, and shape is also there. So I just go ahead and click on this one, and currently the slicer got disappeared. I just click on add. Here I just say hide slicer panel. The reason why I show you this demo is you should be knowing the layer order. Okay, so this is the called Z order, right? So move forward, move backward in simple term. Okay, for example, if I click on this, where is this? It is not showing. Okay, let me just select this one, spotlight. Okay, and show slicer. It is not showing. Okay, hide slicer. Okay, so here in this case, what I do is show slicer, and group two, I just enable it, and I'm going to update this one. Okay, and when I click on hide slicer, it is disappearing. Yeah, show slicer is showing this panel. When you click on the hide slicer panel, so even if you make the mistake, how you can rectify it. For example, show slicer panel. So this is all these things put together, group two. Look here, I just unselected this one. Sorry, selected this one. Sorry, unselected this one. Hence, it is visible now, right? So I afterwards I created this one, I updated this one, and then I just hidden this visual group two. Group two means all these things. Okay, and when I after selected unselected, so after I striked out this, right? And then when I created that one as a hide slicer. Good, right? So now this button, now you might be asking then why I need this button here. So here what you can do is you can do something like bookmark instead of USA South thing, right? You can, when you click on this one, it should show the slicer panel. Got it? So look here. So I just keep the cursor over. Now look here, my slicer panel is not at all visible. And I have a lot of space here, right? In the report, I have a lot of space. When I hold the control key and then if I click on it, look here, the slicer panel is visible now. So probably we can move it somewhere here, right? So you can move it somewhere like, and if you click on it somewhere outside, it will display everything, all the objects inside. So, and then if you don't want this to get displayed as in the button thing, right? When the user click on this button, look here, I just click on this button in the action. What I do is I just go and look here, I've selected bookmark and here I just say hide slicer panel. Show on hide should be there, right? So for example, if I don't want this, when I click, okay, sorry, I did not put this one. This is the button, right? Here action and hide slicer panel and hide slicer panel, I selected it, right? So let me do one thing. Oh, yeah, it is working fine. And okay, let me do one thing. I just come back here. Look here, this is the one. We'll show you this one. When you, yeah, you need to hold the control and then you need to click on this one. See, now it has it. Whenever you want, you can enable this one. So I would suggest you to watch this video and practice it. If you are still not able to catch up with my speed, right? You can just do it. So for example, if I hold the control key in my keyboard and if I click on this button, it displays this slicer panel nicely, right? You can do some coloring, all the things. Okay, background color you can give so that it looks very nice. For example, if I don't need this slicer, click on this back button. So if you simply click on the back button, it will not work. You need to hold the control key and click on this one. Whenever you need the slicer panel, just click this, hold the control key and click on it and it will display. Whenever you don't need it, click on the left arrow in that slicer panel, it will get this, it will disappear. But for everything, I've used the, logically we have created the bookmarks, right? So I'm going to definitely share this with you all. Somehow the last session I did not share it, but this is very much important so that you can refer back, all the bookmarks and selection field, whatever I used it. So with this example, with this demo, you are able to understand what exactly bookmark is all about, what the advantages of it, and what are the various scenarios we can create bookmarks, how we can use this as a slideshow, and how we can associate a bookmark with an image, and also how we can create a slicer panel. Within the slicer panel, you learn what is Z order, right? So how we can enable, bring it forward, move it backward, right? So all those things you learned it. And then how we can, so here also I showed you, how we can create a button or the button or image. When you click on this image, the how the slicer panel can be displayed, right? So when you click on the left arrow, how you can hide all those things we have seen it. Hope it is pretty much clear for you, right? So in the real-time scenario, you can leverage this feature. Okay, and fine. So I'm going to